life is very complicated. There's a lot of stresses that you're going to have, but there's also a lot of strengths that you're going to get. And so to me, I draw a lot of strength from my interactions with various people, including my own children, my job, my family, people I meet all over the world. And so I realize that's all part of me. And the other thing is, me is never done. Even though I'm a professor, I'm always learning. It isn't that professors finished learning and they just teach. No, I am constantly learning, and I expect to learn about life, about other people, until I die, until literally I can't, function or absorb anymore. And so I think that's a big part of my character, and what gives me strength is to look at myself on a journey, and different problems happen in the journey. But if you draw strength from those problems rather than letting them defeat you, rather than say, oh, things are hard, so I'm going to start drinking too much or smoking too much or using illegal drugs or things like that. Those are not the approaches that are going to get you through. And so I draw strength and joy not from these substances, but from learning from other people and enjoying the successes of other people and staying in touch. I'm on Facebook now. A lot of people think baby boomers shouldn't be on Facebook. I am a friend of my son's, except my youngest one, he doesn't think the old people should be on Facebook. But through social networks like Facebook, I'm staying in touch with people all over the world, including young people, and they inspire me. I met some young people in Indonesia last summer, and so they've been staying in touch with me, and they inspire me a lot because conditions are a lot harder in Indonesia than in Iowa. And so through the Facebook, you can look at so many people, what they're doing and what their friends are doing. And so I think being able to use new technology. I don't want to get to where I can't learn whatever's the new thing and then kind of just get on the sideline. And so I think all of these things are part of what makes me me, or makes me tick, and gives me strength. You're gonna have stress, so you got to think, what's gonna make you function through the stress? So, for instance, black people, we got to exercise. Too many black people are too heavy and are eating too much junk. So like 2 years ago, I became a vegetarian. I feel 1,000,000 times better as a vegetarian. I now work out 3, 4, 5 times a week. This morning I did a Pilates class. You can walk outside, or you can walk inside of a mall or a gym nearby. And so this is a serious issue. The First Lady's focusing on this, childhood obesity, and it's a whole lifestyle change you have to do in terms of your attitude toward your body. And so I think that's another aspect that I'm trying to get to grips with over the past few years, because otherwise at my age in the 50s, a lot of people are dying, just dying from stroke, heart attack, stress, high blood pressure, diabetes, all the neglect of our bodies that we've done since we were teenagers. It catches up with you, and you keel over and you say, how did that person die? They were just so young. But it's often neglect of several decades, starting from the teen years. So that's another thing I tell teenagers. You have to start respecting your body in terms of what you eat. And even if you're thin, you could still be eating a bunch of very unhealthy, junky things, and setting yourself up to get a whole lot of illnesses, especially since they're already in our families, a lot of these illnesses. So working with health, would that be one of your goals in the future, trying to do something to benefit African-American women in their health? Yes, I think that's certainly an issue I'm more and more concerned about. And also I'm concerned about the black family, because 70% or more of our families are headed by women, that we don't have men, that we don't have the fathers that relate to all these children that the women are dealing with. I think this is critical, and so that's why I also try to talk to black families and black women, black professional women, who they have the job, they have all of this, but they don't have a man, yet they want to have kids. And so I tell them, take in kids, adopt, mentor. I mean, here I got involved with 3 other young men. They were not my biological sons, but I've been involved with them for 19 years. And they are my sons, they are my family. And so anyone can do that, and particularly black people with education. We wouldn't have to worry about whether our children are being adopted by white people if just even some more of the black people who have a means to support people would say, I need to take in these children. And so for the women, the high stress we're under because we are usually on our own taking care of children means that we have to do more for our health. And, you know, a piece of cake is really, really nice when you feel like I need something, you know. You say, well, actually, you know, if you have some, you know, yogurt with fresh fruit or something that is, you know, so much healthier, that could still satisfy your sweet tooth and then say, I'm going to go out walking. I feel so agitated. And just, I find if I even just go out, walk around the block once, take 10 minutes, you feel so much different just from that. And so I'm sure for the next period of time that I'm in, I'm going to continue to talk to black women and black families about things we can do for our health and for the stress level, the high stress level that we're under.
Before the end of the interview, would you like to share anything else with me or anyone else that you consider close and dear to you?
Well, I'm just very delighted that the museum has such a project and that you're choosing to interview people in Iowa. Sometimes people think history is only like famous people in Washington or the president or astronaut Mae Jemison or Condoleezza Rice, Secretary of State. And so I think it's really important for those of us in Iowa where we are a small percentage of the population to learn something about other black people in Iowa. So I'm excited to have been asked to be part of this project, and I can't wait till all the taping is done and it's up on a website so I can look at it and learn about other people. And so I'd just like to say that I hope the museum will continue to do projects like this, and that you, when you go off to college at UNI, will continue to be involved in issues like this. And so thank you very much for having me participate.
I'd like to thank you as well. And I would also like to thank the African American Museum in Cedar Rapids for giving us the opportunity to interview Mrs. Adrien Wing as well. Thank you.
Bye.